Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Shonen and Chill, hosted by Zenrotto and Oceaniz.
Hello, folks.
And it's a quiet week this week. There's no crazy extra. Well, okay, that's not true. There's Jump Fest stuff to talk about, but there's not a bunch of extra. Basically, what I'm saying is I didn't have to fucking read My Hero Academia Vigilantes again this fucking week. That's what I mean by
Yeah,
quiet.
yeah, and considering these are the last chapters of 2021, yeah, this was pretty understated for the most part. Because yeah, just as a reminder, folks, no new chapters on Christmas, and therefore no Shonen Chill on Christmas. Um, we will once a year we get to crawl out of our basements and say hi to our families during Christmas dinner.
Once a year, we emerge into the world.
Yeah, well, because you see, you think we're like we live like miles apart and record this every night. No, we're actually next to each other in a dinky basement where the walls are just screens, and every screen shows us a different, unique, bad take about a Shonen Jump series.
It's like a Clockwork Orange, but with
Yeah,
Shonen Jump
exactly.
takes.
We cannot help but watch. Every wall is just filled with debates on if Deku would look cute when he was pregnant or not.
Oh god.
Um, dude.
Jesus, you had to go there right at a minute and 30
Hey,
seconds into the episode, and we had to go to pregnant Deku.
look, we said it's an understated week, so so
Jesus.
the meat has to come from us, dude. Um, but yeah, obviously, you mentioned Jump Festa, so folks, if you haven't watched the new Bleach trailer for the anime adaptation of the final arc and the new trailer for Jujutsu Kaisen, the movie, go do that. They're good. Um, did you hear that the Hell's Paradise anime is getting done by Mappa?
Yes. Which, Jesus, those poor guys.
Ugh, yeah. Studio Mappa really is that assembly line production. It's um and we got a trailer for My Hero Season 6 and it looks like My Hero Season 5, which looked like My Hero Season 4. So, nothing nothing groundbreaking there. And of course there's one big piece of news for My Hero, but we'll cover that when we get to the chapter, I think. Is there anything else that I missed?
I don't think so.
All right. Do we want to get into the
Hang on
chapterinos?
just 1 second. No, there's nothing. Okay. Yeah, there's
Okay.
nothing.
All right.
All right,
In
what's your
that
top
case,
3 this week, my friend?
my top 3 would be number 1 is Jujutsu. Number 2 is actually Protect Me Shugomaru. And number 3 is My Hero.
I'm very interested to talk about these now. Oh man, I pre-made some of the timestamps, so now I have to delete them. 'Cause I was so sure of some of these. Okay. Uh,
My reason for Shugomaru is very dumb.
okay, well, this is going to be a chaotic week because only one of mine matches yours.
Oh no, and I kind of know which one.
Well, yeah, my number 1 is Jujutsu Kaisen. My number 2 is Blue Box, and my number 3 is Mashle.
Oh damn. Okay. Yeah, so the top 3 are like a top 5, or like
Yes.
a top 6.
Yeah, it's a top 5 because again, Jujutsu Kaisen rules all as it does.
The constant in our lives.
The one piece of stability in our lives is that Jujutsu Kaisen is unstoppable.
Yeah. Oh, actually, before we get into the chapters, I have one piece of trivia that I picked up during my watch of Jump Festa, and it's when they interviewed Fujimoto. He said that when he was drawing the scene where Makima gets eaten by Denji, his editors warned him that Jump might not let him do that, and his response was, "If Jump ain't letting me publish this shit on their magazine, I'm dropping it on Twitter."
King.
which I thought was really funny.
Fucking king.
Yeah. All right, that's the last distraction.
All right, so then with our insane top 3 mashup this week, it looks like the first chapter is going to be the Elusive Samurai.
Damn. I found it funny that it starts with like a recap
Yeah,
because this
of
shit
like
is so
not that
confusing.
much. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy this chapter too much. I find the priest weird still, and
Yeah.
this didn't help to make him any. Why are you blushing and looking at a kid like that, bro?
There's an obvious answer, but we don't want to go there.
I know the joke is like but and also he was like, "Wow, I feel like maybe he's my dad," and I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? He's been nothing but irritating as shit for like 40 chapters. You don't even really like him until right now. Now he's your
Yeah,
dad?
like
I
he's
feel
been
like we
absent from the story
I
for
know.
like 50 chapters.
But he's still more present than Deku's dad.
And we'll get there. Oh boy, do I have some shit to say. We'll get there. um yeah, because I like how our My Hero segments are 50% the chapter and 50% like just a review of all the bad takes we've seen that week on the series.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, Elusive Samurai this week was kind of weird to me as well. Like I didn't care for anything that was happening here. um Elusive Samurai has this thing where it just randomly will start talking about some cultural thing, and sometimes it's interesting. This time with the whole thing with the hair, I was like, oh, okay, sure,
Yeah, I was
whatever.
like, yeah, fine. I don't really like this weird kid either. The weird angry kid.
Yeah. No, yeah, I that kind of came out of fucking nowhere as well. I'm like, okay. Last chapter we're like losing a war, and now it's
Yeah, now we
kids
have like
bullying each
comic
other.
relief bully chapter. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even have that much to say about it. It was just like a lot of that's the thing with Elusive Samurai is it's like fighting or it's just like information dumps about Japanese culture.
Yeah, right.
There's no in between.
Yeah, I agree.
So all I
Yeah, I
got
don't
from
have
this chapter
much.
was that like, oh, you shouldn't cut their hair yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that's it. If I ever have kids, I'll never cut their hair. And when
Lest they lose their purity or whatever.
yeah, that's what I'll tell Child Protective Services. um there we go. Child Protective Services out of 10. That's this chapter for you.
All right, that makes our next one Witch Watch.
I just want to say the very first panel on the very first page, very nice with like the drips.
Yes. Yes,
And
the
aside
whole
from
chapter
that,
was pretty fun. I liked it.
yeah.
I liked the idea that they're fucking vampires and they like absorb life essence to make themselves heal.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that the
Yeah.
annoying kid who doesn't know how to talk properly is also badass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it was interesting because last week I think we said that the setup almost felt like a stand battle. Like, oh, you've walked into my soup, I will now attack you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and now this one felt kind of like a very fast shonen battle, more like because they don't beat him with like any type of strategy. It's just
They just
the
kick the shit out
vampire
of him.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, my eyes like bulged out of my skull though when I saw the panel of the kid getting impaled because I was not
Yes.
expecting anything like that here.
No, not from Witch Watch.
Yeah, and I mean, it didn't commit to it, but still, it was pretty crazy to see. Um, but yeah, even then, this chapter also didn't have a lot going for it. It was just a quick little fight, uh, quick little bikini fight.
Mm-hmm. I wish they showed how did he transform into a wolf? Because he
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
wolf before then.
yeah, he wasn't right. Yeah, you're correct.
Oh, on page 10, there's a little image of him looking into his backpack. I guess he must carry something around to transform himself with.
Like he just has a croissant with him
Yeah,
wherever he
like in a
goes.
little container or something so you can open it up and look at it and transform.
My man will be absolutely lost in France.
Nightmare. Nightmare scenario.
Walk, walks by one patisserie and he's just like, ah, fuck. Werewolf it is. But yeah, I mean, this was an okay chapter. Um, if this was all that this sort of mini arc was leading to, that's a bit whatever. But I guess we'll see next week if it like goes anywhere with this. if this was like the big event, or if there's like another bigger warlock on the way. Because I feel like we're just on the cusp of them giving us like a full exposition dump on like the types of magic and like their various abilities and shit. Because here it's like, oh yeah, he can do water magic because that's the magic he's attuned to. I'm like, interesting. Tell me literally anything more.
Yeah, please, by all means.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't have too much to say on this chapter either. Past this point.
Yeah, it was just okay. Okay out of 10. Kind of neat out of
Okay.
10.
Yeah, kind of all right out of 10.
Kind of pretty okay-ish out of 10. I like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right, so next up is going to be Undead Unluck.
What you think?
I liked it. It kind of got comically sad sometimes, but it didn't. For those of you who don't know, comically sad is what I refer to when things are like you get a backstory and literally everything that can possibly go wrong goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt that way a little, but also he's so cute that it's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Spring is
this
such
kind of
a good little boy.
this kind of felt like a One Piece
I was about to
backstory.
say that. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it felt like one of the better ones, so I don't mind. Um, it was nice to have some of the like we've gotten a lot of like disparate information on Spring over the last like 10 or so chapters. So it did definitely feel nice to have all that sort of consolidated into one flashback. Um, so that's nice. And I like how, you keep seeing this intervention by God who's like, no, you don't get to be friends with humans. You have to go kill them. Which I thought was kind of cool to see, even like back in the day. Um, and I also I just love small head Spring.
Yeah, just a little sad head. He's so
Yeah,
great.
so funny. Also, I like Ishin. Ishin seems like a pretty raw character.
The old Unbreakable.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's cool.
but yeah. Then we get to the end, and Foucault's back, and then the chapter is already over. That
Yeah,
was probably the thing that took me the most sort of off guard. Like I was like, oh yeah, finally we're getting back to the fight, and then it's like to be
and it's
continued.
done.
I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like
ah,
shit.
yeah.
I
Double
think I
spread's gorgeous
would
though.
have wanted to see a little bit less flashback, a little bit more of what's actually going on, but this definitely felt like a chapter where they were just like, I gotta get it out. I gotta
Yeah,
put. If you want to talk about filler, this really felt like it. Like nothing happened.
yeah. But hey, Foucault looks great in the final panel,
She
so it's good.
does. She does. I love
My
her face in
daughter.
that panel.
Yeah,
Like the bright, like she got like the shiny eyes going on. Like I like how happy she looks, despite the fact that it's a very serious life or death situation.
absolutely. Yeah. It's weird. She's almost transformed into like the happy-go-lucky shonen protagonist.
She has. It's great. Fugo's one of my favorite characters in Jump right now.
My daughter. My daughter out of 10. Do not harm her.
Do
Do
not
not
harm
loot
my
her.
daughter out of 10.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Next up is Dr. Stone.
Talking about like, a slow, meticulous chapter that doesn't have much substance but is mostly just there to celebrate.
Yes.
Like this is it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say also, I really like every time in any color page they make Kohaku's outfit look like it's a dress, like it's an elaborate dress and not like some kind of fucking rag that she wears.
Yeah. I also like how with every color page and every single like more effort sketch or drawing by Boichi, he like finds new ways to show as much thigh as possible
At
without
least her
crossing.
thighs are not like bigger than Senku's entire head in this one.
Yeah, okay, true, but like Boichi is a master of like pushing Shonen Jump to its limits of like, okay, fine, you may publish. Because like it's always like, because even here, this dress is like that's almost her ass. Like
Well, okay, her ass has actually been out before, like straight up.
that is also true. That
So
is
I
also
mean,
true.
you know.
But yeah, this was very much just a hey, look how far we've come chapter.
Yeah, but man, for Dr. Stone, those chapters just hit. They hit different.
They do. I think it's because Dr. Stone is such like a tangible progression because they're literally like Ooga Booga stone cavemen at the start. And now they're like, okay, we're going to space real quick to fight the final battle in space.
Yeah, man, this shit is over soon, isn't it? They're shooting out the rocket next week. Or
Yeah.
I guess is it? Does it come out on Christmas? I don't know.
No, there's no chapters coming out on Christmas.
Okay, then whenever the next chapter, whenever that is, they're just in space.
Next chapter in 15 days.
I really loved the little part where Senku was talking about how he used to count the seconds go by, but now he's counting them down instead. That was a cute little callback. I like that.
Yeah, it's just all around. This is sort of one of those chapters where it's, again, not a whole lot happens. Like, the one thing that happens is massive, but like it's not a whole bunch of stuff happening at once. But the way they just present it is like with the utmost like fanfare, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said,
Um
it's very much a celebration. This is like we did it, and
yeah,
now it's time to go.
even with the customary Boichi double spread that is just a photograph
Mm-hmm.
manipulated.
Yep.
There, the second to last double spread. I love it when he does it because at first it looked kind of ugly. Now it's almost like a style, and I actually kind of enjoy it. Because I mean, Boichi doesn't have to prove that he can draw. Literally, the next double spread, if you look at the flames on the rocket or just the rocket itself, like that's some fucking talent. He doesn't need to prove anything to me.
Oh yeah, Boichi's a beast.
Yeah, I mean, if he does want to prove anything to me, he can come onto this podcast and talk to us. He does speak English, so hey, Boichi.
I take it back. You have everything to prove. Get on this show and do it.
Yeah, please. But yeah, aside from that, again, very sort of weirdly understated chapter again, like all the chapters this week. Just sort of a haha, we did it.
I
End
did
of
like
year
the little
chapter.
moments that everybody had through the wall of the rocket.
Yeah, that was
cute.
cool too. Through like the sterile insulation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really cool. But yeah, if you don't have anything else to say on it,
No, just Dr. Stone is good, and this
yeah,
chapter made me feel good.
yeah, Dr. Stone was pretty good. What's next?
Next up is gonna be, man, we're flying through these today.
Hey, it's a light week,
It is a light week. Ayashimon.
which was really cool.
It was. Oh, dude, the guy who's like, yeah, I make wall art out of living Ayashimon because killing them doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
That shit was fucked up in the good way.
That, yeah, like this guy is already such a good villain.
Yeah,
He's
I
done
like
nothing.
this guy.
Yeah. Also, God, I'm gonna keep saying it, but the fucking Ayashimon police people, so creepy from like
Yeah,
start to
it's
finish.
funny how even in this awful like horror room that they're in, the Ashimon cop guy comes up and he's creepier than that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he's like just an office dude who's just there, but also he can like kind of stop time.
He can like stop
But also,
time and he can do the Naruto substitute jutsu and shit.
substitution. It
Yeah,
was logs all
it feels
along.
like everybody else operates under like the rules of the world and he does not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super freaky.
Yeah,
Cuz like
for
you
sure.
see him get squished and there's like blood splatter and then he's like, "No. I'm all the way over here standing upside down on the roof."
Yeah, no, he's really cool. In general, this entire organization has me really intrigued for where the series is going. But for the moment, I'm also very hyped for sort of this gang warfare arc that we're about to get.
Yes, I need some of this because we've had a lot of build up, and I think it's about time to get back to some ass kicking.
Yeah, I mean, okay, a lot of build up. This is chapter 6, right? Like,
Yeah, but it feels like we've had 3 or so in a row that have just been like, "Hey, here's how the world works. Here's what we're gonna do eventually in the future," and he's like, "Okay, sounds good," and that's
hey, man, Red Hood chapter 6, we were already in that fucking exam.
yeah, chapter 6 through the remainder of its lifespan.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying we need to jump to an exam arc. I'm just saying that like it would be nice to see more of the world as opposed to having characters explain it to me on panel. I just
Yeah,
kind of
no,
want to see
I
our
get you.
characters go through some shit. But it hasn't been bad by any means. Like, dude, that page 6 is like,
Hmm.
it's so awful in a great way.
Yeah, yeah. No, this Doppel guy is just the worst, but also the best.
Big Chainsaw Man vibes.
Yeah, right. I
Person
don't
whose only
remember.
manga they've ever read is Chainsaw Man.
Well, actually, was Yuji Kako a assistant of Fujimoto or the other way around? Because I do seem to remember they have some sort.
He was an assistant on Fire Punch.
Oh well, there you go. There you go. I mean, have you read Fire Punch?
I have not read Fire Punch. I've been meaning to,
Yeah,
but I have not done it yet.
yeah. I mean, that shit's fucked up. Like, Fire Punch is Fujimoto, but completely unrestrained by any sort of like age rating. So you can imagine.
So yeah, okay, that sounds pretty fucked up. But
Yeah, I mean, Chainsaw Man Part 2 is probably gonna be pretty crazy too, because it's gonna be
Jump
um
Plus.
exactly, so no age rating to worry about, and also no prints to worry about. So you can actually even do chapters in color if he wants. Um, which I doubt he will, but it's always a nice opportunity
I'm
if they
so
want to.
excited for Chainsaw Man Part 2.
Yeah, for sure. It's confirmed for early summer 2022. So
Yes.
keep your peepers peeped, fellas.
Yes.
And it's officially called the school arc. That's another piece of news that we've gotten. And apparently Yoshida is gonna be more prominent in it than he was in part 1,
Okay. Okay.
which I keep forgetting that Yoshida exists.
Yeah, I mean, well, good for him.
Yeah, I mean, good for him. Also, did you see that Ryusui is getting his own anime special
I
for Doctor
did
Stone?
see that. That's pretty cool. We probably should have talked about that in the Doctor Stone segment, but
Hey, the time is now.
it's fair.
What
Ryusui is like one of, if not the most popular character. Who won the popularity poll? Senku, I'm assuming, did.
probably,
But I
but
think
what's your
Ryusui was second or third at worst. I think it was Senku number 1, Ryusui number 2, Gen got third.
Mm-hmm. But what's your opinion on his stone markings being like light blue instead of black?
I don't love it, but I'm wondering if it's just because it's easier to draw like the distinction for his hands or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
I assume there's an
Um,
artistic reason behind it.
yeah, I mean probably, but just I was just looking at the key visual for it, and I was like, oh, what?
But yeah, I much prefer that if they were just black like everyone else's. I don't know why they're blue.
Yeah.
I assume they
Um,
tried to make them black and they were like, this is not easy. So we should just
yeah.
make them blue so it just looks like paint instead of like a void where his hands should be. I don't know.
Mhm.
But I would have liked them to be black instead because I'm a whiny purist like that.
Yay, me too. But in other news that are not Ayashimon related, because I just remembered, we got 2 JoJo spin-offs on the same day
Yeah, I haven't seen either
yesterday.
one yet. I don't know where to find them. I need to look them up.
Oh yeah, they've already been fan translated.
Oh, I'm sure they have been. I'm sure that took
Yeah,
20 minutes tops.
yeah. One of them is a one shot about Jolene, which is very controversial.
Yeah, I've heard that one
And
is quote unquote softcore hentai, so that's interesting.
hey, yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that. But no, the other one is actually going to be fully serialized, as in there's going to be
Is it
multiple.
the Josuke whole horse one?
It's not Josuke Whole Horse. It's the remaining like Dio followers essentially finding out about Josuke and going after him, like years after Star
Yeah, okay,
Crusader.
I'm into that.
Yeah, like Mariah is in it. Whole Horse is in it. One the Oingo Boingo brothers are in it. Like, it's basically just fan service for minor characters.
I'm so into that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it
I
actually
fucking love
added a little.
Stardust Crusaders.
It actually added a tiny little thing to the lore as well, which I don't know if you want that spoiled or
Yes, I
you
do.
want to. Kakyoin is from Morio, according to this.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, which is I think because I haven't read it fully, I just kind of skimmed over it. Um, and it's very weird seeing Josuke drawn in like a normal, modern, clean art style because I'm just used to like fucked up Araki Josuke.
Well, Josuke was the weird one because at first he just looked like Jotaro from part 3, but with his hair.
Uh-huh.
And then halfway through part 4, he was like, yeah, I'm not drawing like that anymore. And then he became like almost part 5-esque. in his appearance. He never like the anime is not how Josuke ever looked in the manga.
Yeah.
The anime is like some middle ground between Fist of the North Star Josuke and part 5 like skinny pretty boy Josuke.
Yeah. I mean, it was, that whole transition period, right?
Yeah.
Which kind of makes part 4 the ugliest manga out of JoJo, but hey,
I would agree with that.
one of them had to be. But yeah, have you even seen what Josuke looks like in this one?
I saw the advertisement picture
Oh,
with him
okay.
and Whole Horse on it.
Yeah, that's one of them. And then the other one is Fujiko's bizarre proposition, White Snake Miscalculation. That's a fucking title. Do you want to know what it's about?
Let's go ahead and this is what the Ayashimon segment is for. So let's go ahead and find out what that's about.
Okay, so it takes place during Stone Ocean. And it's, during that time when Whitesnake is running around giving people stands to fight Jolene, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Whitesnake ends up giving a stand called Bad Romance to a artist who gains the ability to cause anyone who she draws to experience life-threatening orgasms.
I don't know. It's not that outlandish for JoJo, to be honest.
Right?
It's not that. Part 6 opens up. The very first scene is Jolene going, "Oh my god, I was masturbating and someone saw me." So like, it's not that weird.
Yeah, right? Like, people are going fucking mental about it, but honestly, like...
Let's not pretend that JoJo is some kind of bastion of purity. I think the problem for me is just how cartoonishly stupid it is.
It's super stupid, but also, I don't know, something about it is just funny to me. Because obviously both of these are created in the same vein as, Purple Haze Feedback and Over Heaven were.
Mm-hmm.
As like, fan quote unquote works, because they're both still published by actual authors that are acknowledged by Araki. But yeah, this one's definitely funny as hell. Also, people have been sending the author death threats on Twitter, so please don't do that. She's a very nice person.
Yeah, for God's sake, calm down.
Yeah, just
Who
don't do
cares
that
if
in
someone
general.
draws a manga where Jolene comes to death? Whatever, fuck it.
Yeah, who the fuck cares if Jolene's drawn with Aigao faces? Like, as if you haven't done that.
Yeah, as if you aren't like sitting there reading it while you're yelling at her. Like, shut up, everybody, shut up. That's not the worst thing anyone's ever drawn, nor will it ever be.
Hell, it's not the worst thing in JoJo.
No, it's really not.
Remember that time Araki was like, "Oh, I have this 6-year-old girl going around with Jotaro, and not only does she have a crush on Jotaro, she's also getting lusted over by a stand-wielding orangutan."
Orangutan?
Yeah, you remember? Strength?
No, I know, but is that how you pronounce that?
I don't know. I've never pronounced. This is my first time pronouncing it in English. How would you pronounce it? Orangutan. Okay, fine. That actually sounds a lot better. Dude, I've never pronounced this in English. Did I give you like a little heart attack?
I'm gonna fucking die. The orangutan.
My favorite literary website, Project Orangutenberg. Look.
What the fuck?
I thought you were questioning me about the monkey.
No, I'm not questioning the lore. I'm questioning how the hell.
Speaking of orangutans, I've been meaning to go back to the zoo again, man. I really miss zoos. Shout out to the Zurich Zoo. They do have orangutans there.
I'm gonna fucking die. It's just the confidence that you said it with. It's so funny.
Excuse me. I went to college. Saying absolute nonsense with confidence is kind of my thing.
It's just like no hesitation. Yeah, the stand-wielding orangutan. And then when I questioned it, you go, "Yeah, don't you remember?" Like, JoJo lore is what I forgot about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The strength fight isn't like a big thing.
Trust me, nobody forgets the rapist orangutan when they've read JoJo, okay?
I'm sorry, you mean the rapist orangutan?
The rapist orangutan.
Hey, as I said, in my defense, this is the first time in my life I've ever had to pronounce that word in English. Oh, I can't believe this is the first thing in the episode that kills us.
God, dude, I can't. Fuck.
But yeah, Diamond is Unbreakable, Demonic, something or other, whatever it's called.
Actually,
That's been
Steel Ball Run literally has a 14-year-old girl almost get raped on top of a table and then gets impregnated by Jesus. So.
Yeah, but it's America. It happens. Like, everything past part 6 has been very much sort of, yeah, it's Florida. It's the US.
Not
like,
part 8. Part 8's in Japan.
Yeah, but part 8 is weird. Part 8 is where Araki was like, you know what? I just remembered, this is called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Anyway, did you know that streets can have stands too?
Okay,
And they're
so
all named French?
I haven't read part 8 in a while because I stopped until it finished so I could read it all the way through in one going. But doesn't someone stand power turn them into like molecules or they're like rocks or something? It's like a doctor, and his stand is like a bunch of little rocks.
Yeah, I mean the whole rock thing in JoJolion went on to become pretty crazy. Do you know what the final bad guy's stand can do?
No.
Do you want to know?
I don't care about spoilers.
So basically, it's like if you try to approach him in any way at all, like a bunch of freak accidents start killing you. Like just the act of pursuing him makes you a target for like all the bad luck in the world. So yeah, like you'll walk towards him to attack him, and you stub your toe on the table, but you stub it so hard it like rips off your toe and immediately gets like infected with 17 diseases. Like that kind of shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah. No, part 8 is crazy. I haven't finished it myself. I know sort of what happens in the end. But yeah, part 8 to me is like, together with part 6, the most bizarre part of JoJo. Like no question.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that's why also I'm kind of excited for whenever we get JoJo spin-offs, because Araki has this thing where he'll like invent a whole bunch of interesting things and then kind of be like, okay, anyway, moving on. So yeah, I'm excited to see Whole Horse again. Fucking love Whole Horse.
Yeah, dude, Whole Horse is the fucking best. God, he's the best. I wish they had kept him.
Yeah, but hey, now we're getting a spin-off where he fights Josuke alongside Mariah, who looks, you know, speaking of sexualization, that mangaka definitely is a Mariah fan.
Well,
let me put it that
way. Which
is
funny because Mariah never actually appears on panel in Stardust Crusaders.
Mariah? No, Mariah does.
Wait, who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the one who makes the tiny. Is Mariah's the big titty nuts and bolts attacker, isn't she?
Yes, that's her.
Yes. So who is the one that makes the little gremlin that attacks the submarine?
Oh, that's oh god, what's her? That's the high priestess, is it?
Yes.
I don't even remember who. I don't even remember what the stand user's called, because I mean part 3's stand users are so fucking weird. Because on one hand you have Whole Horse, who's like super defined, and then you have the user of the sun, who's just a guy in a fucking golf cart with a mirror on top, who's named Arabia Fats.
Arabia Fats is one of my favorite ones.
JoJo's so good.
He drives his little golf cart with a mirror on it and an AC unit in the back.
Yeah, and he's just a huge fucking sun. But
JoJo is the best series ever created by a human being.
Yeah, that's true, but it's unfortunately not serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump anymore.
Damn shame.
Well, it gives Araki freedom to do crazy shit, like naming a stand in JoJolion Obladi Oblada, and another stand Da 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 D D D D D D. So, you know.
What a goat. That's my goat right there.
That's my man.
That's my fucking man.
Yeah. No, one thing about JoJo is just that half of Araki's plot writing and like fighting decisions are just him like walking around the house looking at random objects and go like, "Oh my god, a stand fight with this? Yes!" It's like fucking shaving cream.
I love JoJo so much.
Me too. I love JoJo's out of 10 for this week of Ayashimon.
Yeah, I was about to say. The Ayashimon segment is I really like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure out of 10.
Absolute chaotic energy.
Alright, next up is gonna be Protect Me, Shugomaru.
Where I justify myself why it's in my top 3.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I didn't even like this chapter that much. Like most of the chapter is really forgettable to me, but there are 2 factors that put it here. A, all the other chapters are, also kind of understated. And I'm sorry, the one who embodies darkness is my favorite joke in anything I've read this year. Because it's just like we're your classmates. We're, Kaoru Kinozukochi, Shinjuru Order Up, and the one who embodies darkness. And then at the end, when they all leave the school, it's like, oh yeah, this one was expelled for doping. This one had weapons. The one who embodies darkness just transferred to another school. No, that actually genuinely killed me. And honestly, I actually liked the new quote unquote gag in this chapter where it's like everyone is better at protecting her than Shugomaru.
Yeah. I also like how all the one that embodies darkness does is help her cheat on a test.
Yes. I feel like I just have this need to attach myself to absolute nothing characters.
Something that Shugomaru is great at.
Yeah, I mean, I was very disappointed that there's no slash Takizawa in here. After I specifically texted the author saying, bring slash Takizawa back, because I found him on Twitter.
Also, the best line. Okay, there's 2 jokes in this I like. One is the one who embodies darkness, especially when he says, "Don't thank me, because all shall be tinged by eternal nightfall." But also when they're like, "How did you even get a club?" And he said, "I greased his palm," and it was a Yu-Gi-Oh card in an envelope. And then she's like, "You paid him off with a Yu-Gi-Oh card? What the hell?" And then the other girl that's their friend now is like, "No, you don't understand. That's Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon."
Yeah, I actually do like this as a running gag that everyone just gets paid off in Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and every time a Yu-Gi-Oh card is shown, I like that they have to put the little legal disclaimer at the bottom.
And it's always a photocopy of the card.
Yeah.
It's not like a drawn version of it. It's a photocopy of the real card.
But yeah, no, I like this chapter for the worst reasons. So lynch me, folks. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say. This really was just a joke inclusion into the top 3 because yeah, this was a very light week for me.
That's fair. So next up is gonna be Mashle.
All right, that's yours. So
it is here purely because rawness and swag. This was a Bleach chapter, says guy who only cares about Bleach.
That's okay.
It's so fucking raw. This dude is literally like, yeah, this is my fucking gun that shoots a bajillion quintillion kilometers a second laser beams. And Mash fucking introduces himself as the batter with an intentional self-echo.
Yeah, that one was probably my favorite part. He was like, on the bat, bat. But yeah, no. Also, the final double spread where he's like, "Oh, I did make you sweat," and then he punches through his one drop of sweat.
One drip of sweat to uppercut him. Oh, it's so raw.
Yeah,
So fucking raw.
Shit's good.
Oh god, it's so good. When he fucking the problem with talking about Mashle is there's nothing to talk about other than how badass it is or how funny it is at any one time.
Yeah, I mean, I do like how the actual science checks out behind how a railgun works, because that is a real thing in theory. You know, where you accelerate little magnetic particles to ridiculous speeds thanks to the interaction between electromagnetism. And Mash was like, I don't get it. It doesn't help that you explain it. I don't get it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you explain it. I still don't get it.
Yeah. But yeah, super raw chapter. I'm gonna be honest. I've not been the greatest fan of this like current, I guess, final arc that we're in, because I feel like there's been more chapters than usual where I'm just kind of like, whatever. But I'm glad that it's sort of back to form here.
Yeah, this
Where
definitely
it's
felt because a lot of the chapters prior to this just kind of felt like, okay, why are we here? Can we just get on to something good? This is back to like Mashle's getting serious with some good shit.
Yeah, for sure.
That last double spread. First of all, the spread where he destroys the cannon, fucking awesome. And then the spread where he's just uppercuts the shit out of that guy. God, I love this shit.
Yeah.
I'm all about this shit, man.
Mashle is like, as you said, it's like Bleach. If Bleach was written by, I don't know, by like a stand-up comedian.
That's a really good description, actually.
Yeah, right? Like it's so continuously raw, but it feels like it's raw whenever it's capable of like holding itself back from telling a dad joke or like a dad tier joke.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to collect all the physical volumes of Mashle, aren't I?
Yeah, probably.
Damn it! I was hoping to avoid having to do that for any other series recently, but I guess not.
Hey, I mean, do you own all of Bleach?
No, I don't. I used to. I
Fake
don't
fan.
anymore.
Fake fan.
I used to. I got rid of all of my manga when I went to college.
Fake fan. You're like you're like the ventilator in my bedroom that barely works anymore. You're a fake fan.
Jesus Christ. All right. Next up is Blue Box.
Do we say the same thing that we say every week?
Of course. That's all this show is.
I wanted him/her to notice the small details about me.
Okay. Never in this series have I ever seen the main guy and the main girl bump into each other and go, God damn it.
Yeah, right.
Get away from him.
Vixen.
You absolute harlot. Get away from him.
Oh, God. It's like, it's weird because obviously what just happened in this chapter is happy, but you just know it's not going to stay uncomplicated.
Exactly. It's going to get complicated again. Page 14 is my favorite page of the whole series.
Say that again.
And then the firework goes off.
Yeah.
And at first I thought the firework was meant to symbolize like, oh, he gets it now. But then he's like, girls are weird. I'm like, you fucking idiot. Get your shit together.
I mean, our king is right. Girls are weird. That's why you have to out-weird them. But oh god, it's so weird in a sense because it's like every week the series finds a way to like touch onto like not like a huge issue, like not a big societal ill or whatever, just a small little twinge that has hurt you once in your life.
It's like we always say, like this series, it hits different the older you get. I feel like.
Yeah.
The more like awkward shit you have to look back on is like,
Yeah, again, like going to a festival with like someone that has a crush on you and that you are sort of developing one as well is by no means like a traumatizing experience generally. It's not a big deal, but somehow this series still manages to like make it hurt. Not in a sense of like, oh no, what's gonna happen, in the sense of, oh god, I know what's gonna happen.
I know exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah, because I've been there or in a similar situation. Fuck, man. It also doesn't help that the art for Blue Box has this very, I don't know how to describe it. It's very sort of almost ethereal in a sense. Like, especially the girls when they when they have their big panels. When Hina's like, say that again. You just can't help but have like a little twitch in your heart when you see those panels.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just elevating the source material there, which ugh. But it's always fireworks festivals, right? In manga and anime, it's always.
So are we both in total agreement that because the last time we see Hina on panel, she's like singing to herself, that she's definitely gonna bump into the two of them next?
You see, I hadn't thought about that.
Are we 100? That's 150 million% what's gonna happen. They're gonna talk, and she's gonna walk up and see them talking and get really hurt by it.
Yeah, her and me. Both. Jesus, why did you have to say that?
I'm just saying that's what's gonna. I'm prepping you for next time.
Oh, like that's gonna be the first chapter of 2022, dude.
Yeah, it's
How
gonna
could we
be. It's
start the
gonna
year like
be
that?
the two of them talking, and they're gonna be like, they're gonna do something. I don't think she's gonna kiss him, but maybe she's gonna like touch him in some way. She's gonna like hug him or pat him on the head and be like, "You're doing good, kid." But she's gonna see it from a distance and get really hurt and fuck off and go home.
Suddenly, Chinatsu grows like massive bahonkers and falls on Taiki, and he gets like smothered. And then also, like, all their clothes explode off because of like a virus in the air that does that. Don't question it. And then Hina comes up and she's like, Kia, why? And runs off. And then we never mention it again for like 100 chapters because everyone has amnesia somehow. Yes, I have been watching a lot of Naruto lately. How could you tell?
The Kishi special.
The Kishi special. Kishi's life hack of writing romance. Don't.
Kishimoto Sensei, how should I handle romance in my series? Simply do not.
Handle romance the way you handle the fine china of someone you don't like. Drop it. Fucking drop it on the floor and watch it shatter. Oh. But yeah, no, this shit's gonna hurt. I already know, and I'm already mad. And I will have no one to share that experience with aside from you, Zen. So I hope you appreciate that. We'll just be here, two grown men, sad about the cartoon girl being ousted by the other cartoon girl.
That's our future. That's our curse, man. For the rest of our lives, that's some shit we're gonna have to suffer with until Blue Box finishes. And then I'm gonna have to buy all the goddamn physical volumes of Blue Box.
Is Blue Box even getting released in physical in English, or is
I
it
don't
getting
know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it might be getting the digital only treatment.
I'd be okay with that. Keep it away from me.
Keep that away from my money. I don't need to purchase any more suffering porn. But yeah, is there anything else on Blue Box?
Other than the agony, no, I don't think so.
All right, well.
Speaking of agony, next up is My Hero Academia.
Dude, I don't even know anymore.
I'll start. So, the gag at the end was actually funny. I thought it was poorly placed, but it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all I could think of was, wow, this is an extremely inappropriate time for a stupid boob gag. But the fact that all of the outlandish shit happening still has Deku keeping his like determined face on is really fucking funny to me.
I saw someone post the image of Deku like looking up between her boobs, saying, "My king is not dissuaded by titillating fantasies. Deku is finally raw." Finally.
No, I think my favorite one is the door explosion where him and Ida do not drop their face at all.
Yeah.
They both just have the serious, determined faces on in the middle of the explosion. Very funny.
Yeah.
It's actually made less funny, I think, by the next page when she's got her tits in his face and she's like literally grabbing his abs, and Ida gets like the anime face. Like if they had cut out that panel of Ida, or they had left him with like the serious face, either one, it would have been way funnier to me.
Yeah, well,
Giving into your own joke there and having Ida be like, "Oh," made it less funny to me.
it's a reference, obviously, to chapter 100. But also, speaking of that, Jesus Christ, Horikoshi, you're not fooling anyone. This man's horny.
Yeah.
Like Hatsume's got an upgrade. Let's put it that way. Which I'm okay with. Hatsume is one of my favorite characters for absolutely wholesome reasons. Don't ask. So this is fine by me. And I agree the joke at the end is funny, but everything before that is so weird.
It's so bad. The adult heroes fucking suck. They're the worst. Like, fuck you. Fuck all of you. All of these kids are like, hey, our friend got manipulated. And they're like, yeah, put a giant metal muzzle on him and cuff him to this chair and just, can we kill him? Can we murder him right now? Because he did a bad thing this one time, sort of. Even though we know for a fact he was coerced and it was completely against his will. That's the thing, is they don't even, like, the adults don't even touch on it. The kids are like, well, he did get forced to. And then President Mike is like, whoa, 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 kids. Slow down there.
Slow down
there. Can you really
there.
trust this guy who's been fucking blackmailed? I hate to say it, but a crime's a crime, and you guys are the victims. No, he's the victim, you stupid loud asshole.
Yeah, DJ Mike here trying to tell you that this
here to tell you to fuck blackmail victims. I hope this kid rots in prison.
DJ Mike here to tell you we're shooting a kid live on TikTok. Yeah, I agree. I mean, honestly, my headcanon is that Tsukauchi was so bored of his like desk detective job that he's now like role playing as like the Punisher.
Is that why he's in the big outfit now?
Yeah, that's why he has like the gross depression beard. He's like, ugh, the criminals must pay. But this is like a child who was manipulated. Ugh, get me his spine. But yeah, it's weird. I'm not a big fan of that. But does it matter? Because apparently, and this is the Jump Festa news, My Hero Academia is ending within a year. So like, does anything still matter?
Yeah, I mean, he did say that only if things go smoothly, and if they don't, he might do more. But like, the 1 year is about 50 chapters ish, give or take. That is not a lot, and that's assuming he takes 0 breaks, which I don't think he took a lot this year. He might take none now, but so I think we're talking between 380 and 400 for the final number.
Yeah, which means
this shit is gonna be so fucking rushed.
The thing is, it's not even just about being rushed, because Hori could feasibly just be fucking lying out of his teeth, and it just takes an additional year. But I'm not even pressed about like the time. I'm pressed about the intention of a statement like that, because that means that our suspicions were correct, and he's indeed just fucking ready to be over with. Which means that a lot of these plot developments that we're seeing now are probably the last time some of these plot threads are ever getting touched on.
All I can think about is the Mirio thing, right? And how he literally is just like, I'm back now, I have my powers, okay, bye. Like,
yeah.
And then I think about everything else. Like, I think about Gentle and all this stuff where people are like, oh, Gentle's totally going to come back as like a reformed hero. And now knowing that it's going to end in a year, all I can think about is that if he even is mentioned again, he'll get like a panel where he comes in and he's like, I'm a good guy now. And he like poses, and then we'll never see him again. It'll just be like, hey, remember this guy here? His shit's resolved now. Okay, bye. Like, there's no way that he can really do all of this stuff. And I'm trying not to be, because I know inevitably the fucking let Hori cook shit's gonna happen, and people are gonna be like, listen, remember what happened when you thought the invisible girl was the traitor? You reacted to what people said at the time? Oh, fuck you. But like, there's no way he can take everything and wrap it up in 1 year. Like conclusively and comfortably. So, and it's perfectly, he may just extend it to do it well. I don't know. But after Stars and Stripes and like Mirio and all of this stuff back to back to back to back, it really feels like this man is saying, let My Hero Academia go because I am closing the lid on it.
Yeah. Like, because the thing is, right, that 4 years, Hori has been the build-up merchant. He's been the guy who writes something that's pretty alright, that you can then always defend with saying, oh, dude, just wait a year. It's going to be so good when he pays it off. And that's, like, unironically, that's been one of the big strengths of My Hero, that it always felt like there was more coming, that every plot thread could be developed further and was genuinely developed further more often than I thought. Like, I thought the Endeavor plotline was going to end after Pro Hero. Which, I mean, I'm glad it didn't. And that's sort of the appeal of a lot of Hori's writing, is that, oh, there's more just around the corner, and it's going to influence more stuff in the future. But when you tell me that, oh, no, the future is now, old man, then I just lose so much interest, and it loses so much of its potential, because now, well, for example, Deku and Uraraka, their thing is never going to matter, because no chance in hell are you writing a competent romance in 50 chapters while also writing the final arc of your shonen battle manga. No way in hell. We're never getting that romance arc. We're never getting the quirk racism arc. We're never getting elaborations on the society of My Hero, right? Like the whole thing about, oh, how do we accommodate quirks in a way that doesn't ostracize people inevitably? Like, that shit needs time to be done well, and it just doesn't have it. So it kind of leaves me feeling very despondent to everything that's going to happen from now on, because, like, yeah, cool, I guess we're just going to have a big fight, and All For One is definitely the final villain now, because no way is there time for Shigaraki to take over. Yeah, because 50 chapters really isn't that much.
It's really not that much. I mean,
like 50
well,
chapters.
I saw someone made a diagram of it on My Hero and said that if it ends in a year, it'll be the shortest, like, full segment of the story of any of them.
Yeah, I mean, 50 chapters, that's about as long as the overhaul arc. Like, and maybe about as long as the war arc, which is fine, but, like, there's just a lot left, because the thing is, it's not just about an arc ending, it's about the series ending. And once the series is over,
you have to hit the culmination of everything. Not just what you're talking about now, but everything you haven't talked about up until now.
Yeah. What I've seen someone say is that Hori, it feels like Hori is writing a series that he fears is going to get canceled soon, despite being, like, top 5 in Jump in terms of sales. Like, it makes no sense. Like, but yeah, I mean, whatever's happening in his life and in his career, for whatever reason, has him acting like this. And I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's burnout or, like, he just views it differently now. Because, I mean, I wouldn't blame any mangaka for waking up one day and be like, what the fuck am I doing? Working, with 3 hours of sleep at max a day to pump out this fucking comic book that everyone just shits on all day anyway. Like, fuck. I don't know, man. I don't know. But it definitely has that feel of him being like, I am ready to go. And I'm going to do it. And I don't think he doesn't care about it being satisfactory. Because, like I said, he did say, if shit doesn't work out, then I can extend it. But at the same time, like, that means that what he has planned right now is only about 50 chapters worth of content.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he has remaining. And to be fair, didn't he say the sports festival was going to be like a quarter of the length it actually was?
Yeah, I mean, the sports festival is what, like 30 chapters, 20 chapters, and he thought he could do it in like 5 or 6. But then again, that was Horikoshi almost half a decade ago. Like, I'd hope that he has a better grasp on these things now. Because that's the other thing. A lot of the things people still believe about Horikoshi and his writing style are things he said when My Hero started. And I know for a fact, some of y'all have gone through middle school and high school in the time since My Hero started. Like, that's a long time. And an author evolves and changes in there. And I guess there is also just the possibility that his priorities and his outlook on what he wants My Hero to be just changed in the meantime. And that's his prerogative, right? As the author, he can do that. And there's nothing wrong with it. I definitely think that this is setting up to become a much inferior story than what I had expected just about a year ago, even, which is very, very disappointing. But it is what it is. I'm to not be just entirely doom and gloom. I am excited for like the new costumes that they're all getting apparently. That's definitely cool. And I'm also interested in what their plan is that has all the students shocked like that.
That panel. Okay, I'm sorry. Hang on. Let me go to the page. What page is that?
Which
Page
one? The
13.
group panel?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Who the fuck do you kids think you are? Look at Tape Boy. They gave Tape Boy a mean mug panel. Fuck you. What are you gonna do? You haven't done a goddamn thing since you fought Midnight in a school exam.
Since you
She's
fell asleep
fucking
on
dead
Midnight's
now,
coochie.
bro. What are you gonna do? Look at Cake Guy. Look at Bakery Guy. Like, I don't even know half of these fucking characters. Look, Tail Guy looks like he's crying because he's like, fuck, they're gonna make me go out and fight people with actual superpowers and I'm gonna fucking die. Look at these people. Look at Denki. Look at Kaminari like, I'm angry. I'm gonna use one attack and go absolutely fucking stupid because if I have overcome my weakness, it was done entirely off screen.
But I don't want to, I didn't want to spend the entire segment bitching, but yeah, it's kind of emblematic of another issue.
Talks to Birds kid. He's got this. I'm gonna fucking send some goddamn canaries right up All for One's asshole.
No, he'll be like fighting a minor villain. He's like, we have intel. You control animals. Well, you have no chance against me. And he just pulls out like a fucking knife and just shanks him.
He just pulls out the gun that the gas mask kid had back in the day. I learned something that day.
I've been saving this one for a special occasion.
But like literally, you could take this page and you could make it with like Bakugo, Uraraka, Todoroki, and Ida, and it would have the exact same impact and be less funny.
Hey, honestly, what if, crazy idea, what if instead of changing this page, we take this entire final arc and teleport it like, I don't know, 2 years into the future in our time, and take the time that we gain from that to actually give these characters moments to shine.
Look at
because
the Frog Girl. When is the last time she did anything?
I mean, to her credit, she has done more than most of these characters on this page.
But when is the last time she's done anything?
Like Overhaul, maybe?
I think it was like pulling them out of Overhaul, right?
Yeah.
I still can't. The funniest one is still the Tail Guy because everyone else is like, yeah, we're gonna fight. He is literally like, I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna fucking die. I have a tail. All I have is a tail. Please, for the love of God, do not make me go and fight the evil Jesus that we're about to fight. Please.
He's like, this is what I get for cheating on the exam.
Yeah, he's over there like, why did I do this? He's the only one that's having an existential crisis.
This is what I get for copying Minetta's answers on the theoretical exam. But yeah, no, this is the kind of panel where I wonder if Hori is like aware sort of how little screen time he's given some of these characters. Because like, yeah, there's no way you're going to be invested in some of these. And I always thought, for a long time, I thought, with these many characters, you just cannot give them all moments. And it's like, well, actually, as I said, I've been rewatching Naruto, and it's astounding how many of the characters actually get something to do at the very least. There's no arc in My Hero that doesn't involve at least some of our main trio. And usually, if any of the other guys are there, they're in the background. Whereas, again, I'm just going to keep comparing it to Naruto because it's what I'm watching right now. In Naruto, you have arcs where it's like, oh yeah, Lee is here, Kiba is here, Hinata is here, and they're all doing shit. Sometimes the shit is bad, and sometimes the shit is better, but it's at least screen time. But as you say, Ojiro, Tail Guy, literally has never done a single thing besides get mad that he got brainwashed. And the thing is, right, he doesn't have to have a tragic backstory, but if you're gonna give me a panel or a page like this, it's very hard to take it seriously when half of these characters have been set dressing. Like, Class 1A doesn't need to all be top grade characters. Most of them would be fine as just world building. But if you're gonna make a page like this, that immediately changes, because then you're kind of writing a lot of impact on the idea that we care about these characters. Which is gonna be so funny when some of these people inevitably die, and it's gonna be fucking Animal Guy,
Yeah, oh, it's
fucking
totally
Coda.
gonna be Animal Guy and then like cake baking guy.
The cake baking guy's death is gonna fucking feel like a Kingdom Hearts cutscene. Like, who's gonna make me orange cakes? Deku, we have to go defeat All for One. But no, the cakes.
Look at Mineta's Mickey Mouse ass angry face. Like, why are these characters here? Of this list of characters, you have like Uraraka, Bakugo, Todoroki, maybe Ida, maybe Momo, and Kaminari. Or not? Wait, who's the hardening fucker?
Kirishima.
Kirishima.
Fake
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm not a fan.
You're only fake.
Only fake. Yeah, and hardening boy. Not Kaminari. Fuck you. He's a fucking comic relief idiot. Those are the only characters I could marginally take seriously in here. Probably not even Ida and Momo, to be honest. Probably just the main three and hardening boy.
I don't know. I think I could take Asui, Frog Girl, seriously as well, just because she had that one moment in Kamino where she's really affected by the fact that her friends keep going into life or death situations. That kind of, you can see that as payoff here, where she's like, okay, we're bringing the fight to these people. I got traumatized by them fighting my friends. I'm gonna kill some of their friends. It's like a good take-home message. Like, oh yeah, Frog Girl, what are you gonna do, huh? You're gonna lick me to death? She just fucking swallows a guy. Never seen from again. But yeah. Like, it's definitely... I feel like I wouldn't dislike this chapter as much as I do if it weren't for the fact that we also got the news about the series length now. That really puts such a damper on my enjoyment personally.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing to say, to announce it like that.
Well, a lot of mangakas do.
Yeah, and, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm so like dissatisfied with the way everything is panned out lately that it feels worse to me.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's like you're someone like Oda, who's been saying One Piece is definitely ending soon for the last 10 years. Like between him saying One Piece is 8%, there's 8% of One Piece left, and there's 5% of One Piece left. His daughter has gone to middle school, high school, and college. So, you don't take him seriously after a while. But then there's someone like Isayama, the author of Attack on Titan, who was like, the series is ending in late 2020, and the series ended in early 2021. So, it's always a bit of a gamble. But I guess at the very least, Hatsume's back, and I have nothing PG I can say about that. I have nothing appropriate I can say about Hatsume.
At least she actually acknowledges that she's a background character, because she's like, hey, I haven't been on page in a fucking long time. I'm back.
Yeah, but I mean, what an entrance. She fucking stuffs her tits in his face and grabs his meat.
Yeah,
my queen.
Hey, she realizes she has very limited page space, and she's got to get it done quick. She's like, I'm only going to be on panel for about 6 more panels, all right? I got to get it in.
Oh no, I have so little page space, and my massive bahungas are taking half of it up. Oh, here's my one appearance per deck. Oh no, my tits turned away.
Oh no, my boobs are all over the camera. Oh, Jesus. Hang on, Deku, let me help you up. Oh no, I grabbed your penis, not your hand. Oh no.
Deku throughout all of this, like, woman, what does this have to do with All for One, huh? Get these fucking sinning bags out of my face. I need a gun.
Unless these things can shoot anti-quirk bullets, get them off me.
He's like slowly becoming like our last episode's version of All for One. Everything he sees is just either it helps him against All for One and Shigaraki, or it's not. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't matter.
It's like, oh, Hatsume, just what I've been looking for. You have a weapon for me or something? He's like, oh, what are you doing between my tits? I don't care. Weapon, yeah, now.
Yeah, and Oh, you're down there underneath my boobs. So silly. I don't give a shit.
You're like,
He's like,
oh.
she's still on top of him, like talking, and you look over at his hands, and he's just picking up like guns off the counter.
She's like, oh my god, oh, I'm so sorry, Deku. Yeah, whatever. You got a 20 caliber.
He's like, he's got his arms around her, and he thinks that she's hugging, or he's hugging her, and she's like, oh, Deku. And he's like, what? And then you look up at his hands, and he's just loading a gun.
Like he just doesn't care if
He's
she's between
completely
him.
disinterested.
I mean, that look on his face is so funny. I will give it that. Also, yeah, him getting fucking blasted with the explosion, but still having the serious face.
Yeah, see, that's so funny. They ruined it with the Ida funny face. They should have just left it serious. The joke was so good until they gave up on the joke.
The two Sigma males, both like renouncing womanhood in favor for violence. It's like, oh my god, Deku, I've never seen you like that. Woman, do you have anything here that can help me commit murder? Oh, also, yeah, I looked at this panel compared to the one in chapter 100. Jesus, like Hori, that's not an art style shift. That's you just drawing with your dick.
Yeah, but hey, at least he's drawing.
Hey, at least he's drawing. I mean, I'm definitely not complaining, but I mean, I am a little bit. I have been a little bit today, but not about that. God, where's my Deku and Hatsume romance arc? That is just nothing but Deku, like being disinterested in women and Hatsume having boobs. That's the arc we should extend the series for. None of this fucking like deep society shit. Just more gahungas, please.
The rest of the series for the next year is just like giant titty panels and fighting. And that's it. There's no dialogue at all.
All for one comes to steal her tits because he thinks it's a quirk. I wonder what she stores in there.
Look at those bahungas. Look at those massive rocket bangers. I need that quirk. She must have a body mass increasing quirk. Think of the power we would hold with the ability to expand our body mass.
He's like, Shigaraki, I need to become the one thing more powerful than any man alive. A woman. Shigaraki's like, oh my god, master, that's so wonderful.
That's so progressive. He's like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I want to eat her. Oh my god. And once again, All for One is just the funniest thing in this series.
He's the best character in the series, and he always will be, just because of how stupid everything about him is.
Like, I cannot believe I wanted him gone for like a year. He's like the one thing keeping my sanity intact now with these weekly reviews.
I love how fucking stupid he is.
Oh my god. Also, fan artists, Hatsume's back. You know what you gotta do.
You know what that means.
Yeah, you know what that means. Oops, is that a wrench? Part 1 out of 50.
Out of 50.
Like, oh my god, Deku, is that a wrench? No, that's my pocket knife that I'm going to use to stab Shigaraki. Why? You got a bigger one?
It's the biggest one I could find on short notice.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Deku, as much as I enjoy that he's become a more serious character, that shift was not like as smooth as I would have hoped. Because this chapter really treats him like a different person. Like he's become a lot more confident, a lot darker in his perception of the world. I've seen bits of that, But I think he really suffers from the fact that we've not gotten like a true insight into like the way he feels about his life and how it's progressed so far. And I know online people fight about this every week. They're like, "Oh, do we need a Deku POV or not?" Um, and I always think it can't hurt, right? Like, give him a little additional context, because right now it really is just like he was a happy kid that went to war, and then he was still a happy kid for the most part, and then he thought about the war a bunch, and now he's sad, which is fine. But I kind of wished more for a character that is, literally the MC. So I guess the question is, do we need a Deku point of view? And the answer is yes, but only for the final panel of this chapter. That's my thesis statement.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, I like how him having his nose just stuffed into her milkers is made so much worse once you remember that she canonically doesn't shower.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that is where. Oh no,
That gives the face a whole new meaning.
he's dying. Is what's happening.
Yeah, his eyes are rolling back into his skull. He's like, "Oh my God, did you have fondue to eat?" And she's like, "Yeah, like 2 months ago." He's like, "Oh God." All right, have we bullied these poor middle schoolers enough?
Yeah, probably. I think it's all the rage from Blue Box that I have to take it out on some other middle schoolers. So
Yeah,
my hero
true.
gets it all.
Put Hatsume in blue box so she can have her bahungas fly everywhere and make more complicated situations. Blue
Oh
box
God.
Gazunga edition. Just
Blue
finding
Box,
new ways.
big ol' honkin' bangers version.
Finding new ways to say tits is also just so funny. Eventually just evolves like making random noises. Like, damn, that girl has some really good aham, you know?
It's the fucking cartoon Awuga sound effect. Eyes popping out of your skull.
Like, whenever I try to say the word, it just has like that cartoon sound effect, like a horse screaming.
It's the SpongeBob dolphin noise.
Yes. Well, yeah, we're on YouTube. We're child friendly. We don't talk about nasty things like this.
Oh God! All right.
Finale time.
Finale time. It's Jujutsu Kaisen time.
All right. Dad jokes the chapter.
In the best way. I think the funniest part is when he's bitching that no one laughed at his shitty joke, and then the very next page is he like hyperspeed drop kicks this dude through a fucking building.
Yeah, I want. Is his curse technique that if he tells a joke and it lands, he's weak, but if it doesn't land, he gets like a power up or some shit?
I don't know. It doesn't. They don't really explain it. But he just
Yeah,
like because I don't know because he beats the shit out of the other guy like the second time without making any jokes,
that's true.
and he gets him with
Also,
the fucking 1,000 years of death.
yeah, that one. I love it whenever that appears in manga. It's one of the dumbest techniques. Also, he's apparently like his costume is apparently based off of a real comedian called
Yeah,
Center
an
Man.
actual Japanese comedian.
Yeah, which okay, Japan. Okay. But yeah, this was just a cool fight chapter. I still really like how they use the gross explodey body part guy's ability. Also like
Yes.
visually when he's throwing another eyeball at Takaba. And it like transitions through panels. Just
Also,
cool
can we talk
shit.
about how Takaba killed him in 2 hits?
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah, did he fucking die?
Well, the guy says, "Well, he's dead."
Oh yeah. Yeah, never mind. Jesus. And Takaba's just gone.
Yeah, he's just like, "All right, see ya."
Comes in, pokes a man's butthole, kills him, doesn't elaborate,
Leaves.
leaves. So many Sigma males this week between him and Deku.
And I love that Reggie still has the most outlandish outfit, even after Takaba's little half costume.
Yeah, right. The fucking
It's just
like
receipts.
receipt poncho. But also, dude, Megumi's looking crazy.
Yeah, Megami is at the point where he's like, I'm ready to just fucking kill everybody. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, I got this knife from this green-haired little kid, uh, and he told me to just kill people.
Which I plan to do.
Yeah, um, but yeah, super cool. I talk about it's so funny just because when he was first introduced like ages ago, everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna have like a super dark presence in the
Oh wait.
story."
I think I misread it. I don't think. Okay, no, the guy's not dead. They're gonna continue fighting next week, or not next.
Um.
He's. I misread that whole thing. I think. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
Takaba
Never
kicks
mind.
him
There
down the
you go.
street, and then he's walking in the direction that he kicked him, and then I think Reggie
Oh,
was saying like, "Oh,
well, he's
Takaba's gonna
dying.
get killed because now Body Part Guy's gonna go hard."
Right. Okay. Never
Yeah.
mind.
And then Megumi's like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna fucking stab you to death with this knife.
But yeah, I find it funny that talk about we first see him and then we're like, oh shit, this is like a serious character, and then we have Higuruma who gets who's sort of our first look into how culling game players are treated by the story. We're like, oh shit. So how's Takaba gonna play out? And then Takaba arrives and he's just the fucking dad joke machine.
Yeah, it was so funny because everyone was like, oh my god, he's got Nanami's technique. That's crazy. Now he just shows up and he's just like kicking the shit out of people, making shitty jokes.
Also, why did people think he had Nanami's technique?
Because the only time he was on screen, he said something about it being 70-30.
Oh.
He was like, someone was like, someone said, what is it, like 50-50? And he's like, no, I think it's more like 70-30. And then it showed his name and that was
Oh.
it. And everyone was like, oh my god, he's got the ratio technique. Nope, he just kicks the shit out of people real hard.
If you want the ratio technique, just get like 10,000 followers on Twitter. It's not that easy. It's not that difficult.
It's true.
Like just post shitty memes every day. You'll get there within a month. That's how I did
just
it.
post pictures of anime characters' faces and then say eyes in Jujutsu Kaisen.
It's in Jujutsu Kaisen, but it's like the wrong show. Eyes in Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's like super close-ups of the manga, so everything's like crazy pixelated, and you can't make out what's what.
It's just all fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So do we think
yeah.
that Megami is just gonna start going on a fucking killing spree?
I feel like it. I mean, especially if you like look at it together with last week's chapter, where he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna fucking start killing people now." Yeah, I definitely feel like that's what we're sort of in for, which makes it interesting considering when he reunites with Yuji, because obviously Yuji has sort of overcome his whole thing with killing, but he's probably still not gonna be like super happy about that.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how they handle it, because again, Megami's whole thing was like, don't worry, we're not going to have to kill people. And apparently his plan was, I will just kill all of them so that you don't have to kill any of them.
Yeah.
But I wonder if Yuji is going to feel like upset or betrayed by that. I don't know. Because, I mean, he has killed people, so there's only so much he can talk when it comes to not killing people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see next year.
Yeah.
At this point.
Out of chapters for the year.
Yeah. Also, the color page is fucking sick.
Oh, the Utah and Ghetto?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Dude, I can't fucking wait
I'm
for
so
the movie.
excited for that movie. I know, that trailer went crazy.
Yeah. Like, I can't wait to watch it in like 9 months when it comes out on Blu-ray, because no fucking place here in this godforsaken filler country shows any anime movies.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, we didn't even get like Your Name, and that shit literally won an Oscar. Like, what the fuck, Switzerland? If you could all just F in the comments for me, that'd be great, because I'm gonna have to wait fucking like half a year before I can see how crazy the final fight goes.
I really hope that there's some good rips on the internet early. I'll watch.
I didn't want to say it.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, You gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you just have to sail, you know?
Yeah, you just gotta hit the high seas, man. You know, I ain't waiting until 2023 to peep Jujutsu Kaisen Zero with some shitty dub. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing. That's why I'm always so annoyed when people are like, "Oh, they should just stop adapting things for TV and just do movies." And it's like, "No, because if they do movies, most places in the world will only get it like 3 years after the fact."
Yep.
And it's like, give me a TV anime that I can support on, like, I don't know, fucking Netflix or Crunchyroll or Funimation or whatever, so I can actually watch it while it comes out. I don't like. That's why I really don't like shit like the fucking Demon Slayer movie. Although now they're adapting it into TV, but if they hadn't, we still don't have it here. It still hasn't come out here.
Yeah, I don't
So
think it
like,
came out in the U.S. until like 6 or 7 months after it released in Japan.
yeah, exactly. So just adapt shit for TV in ways that aren't terrible. Mappa.
Yeah.
Biggest
Yeah.
anime production industry intimidated by YouTuber coughing their name. Will they survive? uh, um, but yeah, I think that's my bit on Jujutsu Kaisen this week.
Yeah, I think so too. It's rawness and swag incarnate once again. Hey, do you think Reggie is naked under all those receipts?
Counter question: does that mean that when Megumi was
That's what I
diving
was about
out
to
from the
ask
chat,
you.
yeah, was he trying to fucking grab his
Do you
wrench?
think that he was gonna just literally like rip his dick off?
She's like, I mean, maybe I can't defeat you, but I can defeat your descendants preemptively.
Yeah, like was his strat to literally just like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking straight up rip off his dick and then get out of here.
He grabs his dick, and Reggie transitions into anime girl phase, and he's like, "Oh my god, Megumi, Kia!" And Megumi's like, "What? What did I get myself into?" You don't get to talk like that. You don't even have gaungas.
You don't even have rockin' bangers. I don't want to hear that shit from you.
Yeah. Also, I like that Takaba's crotch says curse.
Yeah, when it says sparking, it says curse.
Well, there's another panel where you can see him do that, I think. Where is it? When he says, "With this costume at stake, I gotta knock him dead," on page 5, it also says curse right on his dick.
Is that supposed to be like a censorship bubble?
I have no clue, because sometimes he has it, sometimes he doesn't. Like when he does the dive kick, he doesn't have it for some
That's
reason.
true. What was Megumi trying to grab?
His dick. Like,
It had to be. Look at his hand. Where are you going?
Yeah, Megumi. What
Megumi, you
the
look
fuck?
a little sus right now, buddy.
I mean,
He's got all for one in his head, like Megumi. I need you to find out who has the horse cock work for me.
Megumi, meat check him.
That's why Hatsume grabbed Deku's dick too.
Yeah.
All for one's just checking to make sure he has a bigger dick than anybody around.
She's like, Hatsume, make sure that whenever you get the opportunity, you're cock watching. That's why I gave you the meat gazing quirk. That's such a nasty word, meat gazing. Oh my god. Fucking all for one in every series. He's just trying to manipulate people to get him quirks.
The quirks that aren't quirks.
He's like, Megumi seems to cast this dark force behind him. I need that quirk. He's like, all for one, that's called a shadow. What the fuck? He's like, he doesn't want the 10 shadows technique. He just wants shadows.
He just wants having a shadow.
He's like, I don't have that. It's like, you can't see because you don't have eyes.
You can't
like,
see because your fucking head is destroyed.
Shigaraki, it's very important. I need you to find me a hair quirk. That male pattern baldness has me bad. It's like, no, wait, it's not male pattern baldness. You lost your hair when you lost your head. He's like, details.
Tomato.
Tomato quirk, also very useful.
The quirk to make words be pronounced differently.
No, he's like, I wanted to plant tomatoes to save money, but then I realized it takes a year and you save like $8 fucking. I need this to be more efficient.
Do you think someone says like tomato to him and he's like, oh, how did you do that? He's got a language altering quirk. And then someone goes up to him and he's like, oh, all for one, look over there, it's an orangutan. And he's like, damn it, again.
Wait, does that mean all for one is gonna come for me? I feel like that's pretty ridiculous. I'm back.
I'm back, but I can only pronounce orangutan correctly now for some reason.
Yeah. If I see that animal, all I can say is orangutan. All for one stole my ability to say orangutan anyway differently. Oh. We get a call like after the show ends. It's just all for one going, I see you have 1,000 viewers. Cherish it while you got it. And he tries to like suck our audience through the phone. All for one, if you're listening, we'd love to have you as a guest on our show. You need a microphone or an equivalent quirk?
Shigaraki, quick, plug in my quirk so that I can talk. It's just a headset.
I'm gonna use my quirk to plug into the metaverse. Finally, I'm going to best Mark Zuckerberg, that lizard fuck. No offense, Spinner. He walks in on Spinner, like shedding his skin because he's a reptile. He's like, oh my god, how do you do this? I need to know. And he's like, it just happens to me, man. It's embarrassing. Please don't make it feel out of it.
Please leave.
Yeah. How do you regenerate your skin? He's like, it's just the thing I do. You think Spinner... Okay, double question. So reptiles shed their skin, right? Do you think that happens to Spinner too?
I hope not, but probably.
Okay, follow-up question. Reptiles, when they shed their skin, they also eat it to conserve calories. Do you think Spinner does that?
Oh god, yes.
All for one walks in, he's like, a delicious sandwich. What's in it? He's like, nothing, dude. He's like, you can't hide anything from me, Spinner. Just grabs it and eats it. He's like, he's just an asshole boss who steals your lunch break. The one thing that breaks my back more than these heroes are these damn henchmen demanding more than $15 an hour. Entitled little shits to get a whole hideout. He's like recruiting a new henchman. He's like, I'm gonna give you a quirk. It's called minimum wage.
This quirk allows you to work 40 hours a week for $7 an hour.
Like, you were late a few too many times this week. I'm gonna have to steal your lunch break quirk.
I'm gonna have to remove your quirk that permits you to take a break.
He's like, your performance has been pretty middling. I'm taking your employment quirk.
Which just kills him.
He's like, I will teach you how to steal people's most valuable quirk, their life, and he just stabs the guy in the liver. My organs are failing. I need an equivalent quirk. You just steal someone's kidney right out of them. Oh, God, yeah. This fucking potato-hated piece of shit really is the only thing that keeps giving me joy when it comes to My Hero,
He's
isn't
all
it?
there is.
Yeah.
He's all that's left.
Also, if anyone wants to draw fan art of any of the bullshit we say about All for One, please feel free to do so. We will actually just show it off on Twitter if you do. I will lose my shit if I ever see someone draw horsecock All for One.
Oh my
PG,
god,
of course.
I will end the show because we'll have peaked.
Yeah, we'll have
Shonen and Chill's done.
it.
We'll have fucking peaked. You can't come back from that.
Horsecock All for One. He doesn't want it for like sexual reasons because obviously women are the devil, as Shapiro told him. He just wants it for aesthetic reasons.
He just wants to have it.
Well, he craves everything, which includes a massive schlong. He's like, oh my god, Alex Jones was right. There really is something in the water. Look at that frog with kahungas. He just points at Asui. Oh. Oh. Have we peaked for this week?
I think so.
All right, perfect. You get there, buddy.
Do you think that he like follows Spinner around and Spinner goes on a date with a guy and he's like, Alex Jones was right, they're turning the frogs gay.
I knew. Shigaraki, I need to talk to you about your associate, Spinner. He seems to have an unnamed quirk which allows him to be attracted to both women and men. Shigaraki's like, you mean he's bisexual? He's like, no. He only speaks one language. He's not bilingual. Like he doesn't even understand the concept of bisexuality.
Like it's not even in a bigoted way. He just doesn't even know how to process what that is.
Well, actually, he probably doesn't understand sexuality for that matter at all. He's like,
yeah, someone's like, oh man, I really need to get laid. And he's like, oh, what quirk is that? I'll get it for you. What do you need?
I really need to get laid. He's like, what do you mean? The bed's right there. He's like, he sees a pregnant woman outside. He's like, she's cloning herself.
Her cloning quirk. Shigaraki, have you noticed that all women appear to have the same cloning quirk?
And then he steals it and gives it to Deku, and that's how we get pregnant Deku. Full circle, baby. I can't believe that segue worked out. I've been trying to lead the conversation in this direction for the last 10 minutes. Oh god, he's funny miking. How fucking annoying is it that this episode of Shonen Chill had better writing than My Hero currently has?
Now that's a setup and a payoff. All right, I'm turning the show off.
All right, that's it. Are you happy? Are you happy, audience? We've done the bit.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. See you not on Christmas. See you in the new year. Have a wonderful Christmas time.